Here's Stewart.
And they're coming in. They're off for the John Smith Sefton Novices hurdle, this Grade 1 contest over the extended 3 miles. 13 flights to jump. Catcher and Scratcher, the only mare in the field. The red cap is one of the first to show it, with Golden Call on the far side and Gull and Bursty between them as they rise over the opening flight, which they've all handled safely. Lovcen in rear. Black Cap was nudged along for a stride or two on landing, and races just with Eli Brown behind in the very early part of the race. So it's Catcher and Scratcher who leads with 2 circuits to cover, from Golden Call up the running rail, Netminder the white cap wider out, and then Gull and Bursty, Ballyrock up the fence saving ground into the first bend. Forgotten Gold and Cotton Mill in the dark jacket are next, with Poolmaster the fence. Track there by the short price favourite, the unbeaten Fingal Bay in the 2 shades of blue. He's alongside the grey Ipsos de Burley. Knock a Hand is wide of that cluster that also includes Nagpur. And then back to Tap Night from Harry Topper, Make the Most of Now. Hawks Point, Eli Brown, Lovcen and Aikido is just last as they head across the far side for the first time. So moving on towards flight number 2, the first of a line of 3 across in the back straight. Catcher and Scratcher joined by Golden Call, Netminder, Gull and Bursty and Ballyrock right behind them, watching the rest stream over it safely. In rear, Harry Topper wasn't quite as slick as 1 or 2 of those around him. And they go on now towards the midpoint in the back straight first time. So on the near side, Golden Call from Catcher and Scratcher in the centre, and Netminder wide of that pair. Gull and Bursty with the checks on the cap is close up and is tracked through by Cotton Mill and the Dark Silks. 1 or 2 flattening the flight in midfield. Again, Harry Topper towards the rear had to be bustled along from the landing side. He didn't get particularly high. Eli Brown is still out the black with Lovcen and Hawks Point as they step over flight number 4. And Golden Call stepped to the flight and has gone. Hampered Ballyrock and Make the Most of Now, who's been brought down. So Golden Call and Make the Most of Now are both out of the race. Happily, both horses are up quickly. And certainly Paul Maloney is on his feet. Jason Maguire is yet to get up. And Knock a Hand has been pulled up on leaving the back straight. Knock a Hand is out of the race. So drama at the midpoint on the far side the first time. Travelling down the side of the course, Catcher and Scratcher from Gull and Bursty. Ballyrock, who was impeded by the fall of Golden Call, has recovered and still races close up on the running rail. Netminder is circling the field from Poolmaster with the red jacket and then Cotton Mill. Fingal Bay stalks them, then back to Forgotten Gold from the grey Ipsos de Burley. Lovcen on the inner, the pink sleeves has made ground to race in midfield. Nagpur has lost some ground. Harry Topper is next, and then Hawks Point, and away to the left Tap Night. Eli Brown and Aikido still remain at the rear end of the field. They've taken the first of 3 flights up the home straight, moving steadily towards the end of their first circuit, and looking back across the track, Jason Maguire is up and has walked away from that fall from Golden Call. At that flight, Ballyrock rather dived at it, was untidy, and in the centre, Gull and Bursty comes through to lead. So moving on towards the 7th in the John Smith Sefton Novices hurdle, it's Gull and Bursty from Catcher and Scratcher, at Netminder towards the near side. Down the inner, Ballyrock, Fingal Bay and the pale blue cap is travelling kindly, and then Poolmaster, who's followed through by Cotton Mill and the white face Forgotten Gold. Lovcen is poking up on the inside of the grey Ipsos de Burley. Then back to Tap Night from the nose-banded Harry Topper. Nagpur ridden along from Aikido, Hawks Point, and 3 lengths to Eli Brown, who's last of all. So embarking upon 1 further circuit, so they move on towards the first across on the far side. Gull and Bursty on the inside of the mare Catcher and Scratcher. Still Netminder seeing plenty of daylight. Fingal Bay fairly effortlessly has moved up to sit right on the tails of the leaders alongside Ballyrock, who's got the hoops on the sleeves. And then Cotton Mill from Poolmaster. Lovcen continues to make steady progress from Ipsos de Burley. And then Forgotten Gold. Back to Tap Night and Harry Topper, who's being ridden along from Aikido and Nagpur and Hawks Point and Eli Brown. Go towards the first over on the far side. Flight 8 coming up to them. Gull and Bursty led there. Fingal Bay was untidy. Made a mistake there, just rather reaching for it, and quickly gathered up by Johnson as they go on towards the next in the back straight. Gull and Bursty from Fingal Bay on the near side. Netminder wide. Catcher and Scratcher ridden along. And then Poolmaster. Cotton Mill in the black colours still moving easily just behind the leaders. Lovcen is now close up the pink sleeves. Catcher and Scratcher made a mistake there as they race on now towards the final 7.5 furlongs of the race and the last flights over in the back straight. So 4 out coming up to them. Gull and Bursty taken on by Fingal Bay, who came effortlessly breezing through on the inside, and with an accurate lead deep, has taken a narrow lead. So from the back straight they come. Fingal Bay holds the inside from Gullin Bursty. Cotton Mill ranging up on the outside to make a line of 3. Lovcen has been driven up into 4th place. Then Poolmaster, Tap Knight in the pale jacket has made stealthy progress to race in touch as they travel down the side of the course on the long run towards the 3rd last. So the unbeaten Fingal Bay in the hands of Richard Johnson leading. Cotton Mill, Dennis O'Regan though emerging seemingly as the threat on the outer. Lovcen still ridden up but pokes his nose into 3rd. Then Gullin Bursty. Tap Knight is still moving into it. Then the grey Ipsos de Burley. They've broken away from Forgotten Gold, who is in turn clear of the weakening Poolmaster. And then Harry Topper. Heads turn for home with 3 to jump. Fingal Bay in the centre. Cotton Mill on the left. Then Lovcen. Tap Knight in 4th and Ipsos de Burley. Fingal Bay shaken up. Crosses to the near side. Johnson steals a peak. Sees Lovcen challenging away to the right. The 2nd last looming up. Fingal Bay a length up. Lovcen throwing out the challenge. Cotton Mill is back in 3rd. Then Ipsos de Burley and Tap Knight. Fingal Bay having to work hard, trying to shake off Lovcen, who's a doughty battler on the far side, responding generously to Thornton's urgings. Here's the last. 2 in the air together. Fingal Bay the near side. Lovcen won't lie down, battling on grimly. Upsides, Lovcen pokes his nose in front. Fingal Bay, what's he got left? Lovcen finding a bit more close home, responding generously and asserting close home, and Lovcen wins the Sefton for Alan King. In 2nd is Fingal Bay. Cotton Mill is in 3rd. Ipsos de Burley in 4th, and they were clear of staying on Hawke's Point.
Lovcen wins a lung-bursting John Smith Sefton Novices hurdle. It's a brace of Grade 1s at the John Smith Grand National Festival for Alan King, who drew a blank at Cheltenham but otherwise has had a blemish-free 2011-12 jumps campaign, and another for Robert Thornton in the saddle. Lovcen, quite well back before the off 8-1, has ground away at Fingal Bay in a sustained duel for the Sefton, and he has won. Fingal Bay is runner, a screamer.